Hello my beautiful friends. I'm so excited to finally find time to record this much awaited video test of clear gessos. Usually there was some gesso out of stock, either Dina or Prima or Little Birdie. Something was not available and I was gathering all the gessos. So here I am testing this all for you to see which is great, which is bad, which has a tooth, which is changing the color of the paper. So let's see, let's start. I think the easiest way, what I will do is just glue down the piece of my collage paper, the background, the music notes background, onto the watercolor paper, and I think this will give us a basic starting point, and we will just basically add a layer of clear gesso on top of the actual watercolor paper and also the collage piece, and we will see, because I've been faithful to clear gesso from Little Birdie for many years now. I used to use Prima as well, so honestly I want to check it out, and I think this one is gritty, but before saying anything we do have to test it out and see, because everyone was asking, including myself, which is the good one, which is good enough. This one has been gritty, this one something, and we have also collage medium, so it's not clear gesso, but it has been used for collages, so I'm hoping to use this one as well, because I've tested it out a little bit last time, and last time I was crafting and it worked great. So we're gonna try it out. I think I'm ready. We're gonna start with collage medium from Distress from Ranger, and we're just gonna dip in our, maybe I'm gonna put them up high because all of them are actually changing the position of the liquid, so maybe this will help. So I'm jumping in by adding a generous amount. One more thing, came back because I was thinking that we should add some clear gesso and also a little bit of, because that's what I usually do. I love adhering my my rice papers with my clear gesso, and that's going to be quite a test to see whether this will work and for what mediums this will work, because usually for the Little Birdie that I would use it for, it would work. Okay, so we've got the Distress collage medium, and I'm gonna try to clean my brush as much as I can. Next one, my darling friends, is the end of my loved so very much Little Birdie, and let's see. I'm going to be trying to be fair and square and, you know, really test it out as much as possible, as good as possible. So here is that, my touches of my piece of rice paper. There we go. And also a little extra. I'm glad I put it on the 2 pages because we've got more room, you know. We've got more room to that. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking I should add slightly extra on top of the page, just in case, because I rather to make sure that we have enough. No. Okay. Clean it off. Lucas is making chicken soup, so if you hear this weird noises, this one is brand new. Ooh! Oh, it's coming. This one was hard to get in my local stores. I don't know where Lucas finally got it, but it was. Oh, it's white. 1 second. No, it should be clear. Okay. So here is that. Okay. Wow, it's actually clear, but it's white. So we'll see how this is going to dry, and I'm gonna give semi-dark rice paper. I hope this will dry clear. It should. I used to use it, but in a different techniques, you know, so things may be slightly different how it's now. I'm just gonna lift it up and add a little extra piece just to make sure it's covered and all. Same for here. There we go. I also purposely picked a darker piece here, so to make sure that, you know, it is actually really either working well or maybe covering too much. I'm cleaning here, covering too much and changing the color of the background, or who knows. Okay, so that's that. I cannot believe it that I'm actually doing it because it's been so long. This one was opened, so this one must be mine. And another darker piece, but in a minute. So this one is also white-ish, but it's not as white as the Prima. The two previous one, Little Birdie and the Distress, they were completely clear on my brush. They looked very clear on my brush. Okay, so that's this. Maybe extra piece. This one seems to be the thickest, the Prima one, the thickest and sort of slightly, maybe harder to work with, not as liquidy, but again, I think it's a matter of preferences, to be honest. Okay, now I'm adding generous amount of gesso. Okay, you can see that pretty all of gessos are moving the rice papers. Even here, probably if I jump in towards this direction, probably it would move here as well. So the rice paper is basically moved no matter what mediums we are using. That's okay, that's okay. And I'm gonna clean it off as well and wash it off. And we are moving to, this one is pretty gritty from UK, and I've had this as a gift from the brand because they also have this interesting gesso. They have white clear, but they also have cream gesso. So if you're looking for cream gesso, that is actually quite interesting. Okay, let's oh my daisies, I can't. Oh no. Hannah, would you mind passing a jar to Daddy for me because I can't open it? Thank you. I closed these. Oops, in the meantime, if you can ask him to open this for me, that would be great.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, Daddy's coming. I don't know if you can open it, Lucas, or not. But I do believe in your power. This was also difficult to open. He opened it today in the morning, so you did it. Oh wow, thank you. But he shaked his hand, so it must be not easy. Okay, so this one is also looking white. It's actually manufactured in Ukraine. I was quite surprised to read that. So it's a UK brand, manufactured in UK. Oh, that's weird. So maybe we have to, this is the first time I see. It looks like yogurt, but it's like a thick yogurt with some pieces inside as if it's out of date yogurt kind of thingy. It smells like glue. It's very strong smell. This is the first one I smell and feel it and mention it, so quite strong. It smells like school glue very much, so like a typical glue that we know from school sort of thingy. Okay, so I'm gonna try it as well to make that test. Okay, it feels gluey. It really does. Feels very much so gluey. Yeah, it doesn't feel like the rest of the gessos mediums. It feels that this gesso is made from glue, but a different, I don't know, it feels that I'm gluing it rather than priming. I don't know, it's just, that's how it feels, but I'm not saying good or bad. That's not my intention. I'm just saying how it feels on the, you know, the feel, the touch, this and that. It's kind of whitish. It's liquidy enough, but it's also sticky enough. It feels sticky. And it seems to be ripping off the biggest amount of paper, but again, I don't think it matters. I don't think it's that important. Okay, so the brush will be getting cleaned, and we need to open the clear gesso from Dina. So as I said to you, the two gessos were the hardest to, because Lucas made a mistake once. He was so happy he found the Dina Wakley, but he actually purchased gel medium, so we had to order it again. So honestly, it's been a little bit of a ride with those gessos, but I'm so happy it's finally over. Do you know what? I'm gonna put this aside and I'm gonna grab a different brush, and yeah, just a clean brush, cleaner brush than the others. Okay, gessos from Dina. Let's see. This feels like gesso, same as Little Birdie. Clear straight away and light enough, not gluey, not sticky, nothing. It feels very good. It really does feel great. So let's grab the darker piece, because I think the darker shows a lot of the color, so you can see straight away that it's white. You know, it's super dark piece, and it's what did I say? Did I say white? No, you see that it's not white at all. It's straight away clear as you can, as clear as it can be. So that's great. I'm even gonna add extra layer. The more layers sometimes you add, the worse it becomes, so be careful. But for the test, I'm purposely like really layering, adding. Okay, that looks fantastic. That looks fantastic. Okay, Amsterdam is next, so let's try it out. This one is also new, as far as I remember. Was never used. I purchased it only for the purpose of video. I had to use my teeth, but a little bit went to my teeth, I think. Yucky. Okay, the darker piece again, and it's yellow. What? This is creamy color. I love the smell. Chemical, but lovely. It feels that it's not as I don't know, it feels different. It feels creamy, whitish, more than other things, and it's definitely colored, as you can tell, even on the piece of white watercolor. It's definitely something there. I've got this creamy, even though it's written transparent. What is going on? Maybe you will enlighten me. I think it would be amazing actually for priming some vintage pages. It's good to know that's such a thing, but I don't know, maybe this is a mistake or something. I wonder, you know. Last one, it's the Liquitex, and I think it's opened because I think I've used it, and that's how I know that it was gritty. But again, oh, it feels even gritty on my brush. It does feel that. And some darker piece of rice paper for the test. I think I'm not fan of bottle, but that's a personal thingy. Nothing wrong with bottle, I guess. But I'm just like, I like dipping. It feels whitish as well. When I'm going over that, it feels whitish. And I think I'm gonna add slightly more, because I was going back and forth with all the colors, all the gessos, I mean. Okay, now we need this to dry, all of these, and I'll be back with I'll be touching it all and seeing how things are. Everything is dry, so now what I will do is I'm gonna touch it with my finger, and I'm gonna start with here because yes, Liquitex had been known for having the actual grit. So for me personally, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm not saying you shouldn't be using it. I'm saying for me, this is too much of a tooth. It's like, it's too much, so that's no. I'm not a fan of this one. Amsterdam, because of its color, there is no tooth to it as such, but it changes color, like it changes here, so that's okay. But if it changes like yellow to yellow, you can't see, but it does changes here. So if you're into vintage vibe, I will be using that for the background to maybe, if I have a white page, to yellow it maybe. So okay, no grit to it, seems to be okay-ish, so I'm 50-50 about that. Now the rest of these feels similar. This has a tooth as well, actually, sorry, this has a tooth. Winsor & Newton, this has a tooth, and Liquitex. Now this is watercolor brand as well. It has a huge tooth as the Liquitex. No. Okay, so this is no-go as well. Winsor & Newton, no-go to me. Maybe to make this maybe to make this clearer. No, no, no. Okay, right? Next step, how matte they are. I have to look from under. This one is the only that shines, so if you look, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, like the rest of them are totally matte, and this one has a slight shine. Let me look at these. Yeah, so this one has a slight shine. It does feel a bit different than the gessos. It feels plasticky. Is that a right word? Is it good or bad? I don't know, but the best would be to grab the brush, so I have it here, and grab my favorite, one of my favorites, which is the pencil, and let's see how is this working, you know. How, oh, if you heard that, that was for Hannah. So it works fine, it works pretty well with the color. The shine, it's not that visible. It's visible on the white more than on the rice paper. It is visible on the paper here. On the rice paper somehow disappeared. On this one much more, and it's okay, it's reacting okay, and I don't think I have any trouble with the fact of how the actual color is on it. It moves fine, it moves fine. The only thing is that there's this shyness kind of thing into it, and kind of plasticky feel. Yeah, even sticky feel. Maybe that's why I said that I have this feel a little bit that it's too much gluey, and it smells like glue as well, actually. And when I was drying, that was the only smell I could smell, was the actual transparent gesso from Pretty Gritty. So if someone is very sensitive to smells, I don't think you would like that. And I love smells in general. No, that's like old days school, not school glue. That's actually old days wallpaper glue. It smells like wallpaper glue. Everyone knows this. So I'm surprised to have a smell these days, because that means more chemicals. Am I correct? I don't want to bash anyone. I'm just giving my feel. It does work pretty okay with the color and all, and seems to be just fine. Okay, next one. How do I feel about things? Trying to pick the favorite one by touching. Oh, sorry, wind's on, no more. By touching, these four feels the same. So actually Pretty Gritty will do question mark, okay? By touching, this feels the same. Yeah, then the top part. Oh, these three gessos are feeling like gessos, and this one is the only that feels much more slim. Not slim. What's the word? Not gritty. These are not gritty, those three. Little Birdie, Prima, Dina. They're not gritty, but they have like 0.0 tooth in them, as they probably should have, which the Collage medium feels very what's the word in English, like a perfect surface kind of thingy, you know. So that's so weird. Now maybe it's wrong that I'm testing the Collage medium next to the clear gessos, but the truth is that I have been always using clear gessos, and someone suggested Collage medium several times, and I just purchased it and I've used it, and I thought it's fine. I know it's not the same product, but we do know that usually Distress, Ranger, they have very good quality things. So I said, let's figure it out, let's try and let's see. Now, one thing that was speaking to me about the Prima one was that I felt that it is whiter, maybe by I don't know if I want to actually, no, it feels I probably would have to make a better test. Like you can see far more white in here that stays. Maybe slightly whiteness, but no, I don't know if I can say it because I don't want to sound bad. You know, they are, if there is any difference, it's like such a nanomillimeter difference that you shouldn't be even mentioning those differences. So from my feeling on these three are equally good. Dina Wakley, Little Birdie and Prima, equally good. Now the funny part is the distress that feels very soft and smooth. That's the word, smooth. It feels smooth. This also feels smoother in a good way. So Prima would be next smooth, super smooth, smooth, less smooth, less smooth. So yes, I would say that Dina Wakley is number 2 on that with, and I'm gonna say, no, actually I can't because this feels whiter. No, I'm gonna say 2, all of them, and 1 on someone that isn't a gesso. So I would say you'd be happy with Dina, you'd be happy with Prima, you'd be happy with Little Birdie, and you'd be happy with the Distress Collage medium. I will not be using this one. I will be avoiding this one probably. I won't be using these. So I'm staying with these, you know, with these 4. And you'll be happy with those. So I hope you're able to source them. One second, we haven't tried the color, but I truly don't think it will make a whole of a difference. But let's see the smoothness or how it goes. Oh wow, actually it feels a little bit different because the color here, oh, it's so funny because now that I see that something is different about this. The color doesn't hold that dark pigment or something. Is that possible? Maybe not. Let's see. This seems to be perfect. Let's try here the Prima one. Everything feels just fine, a little extra color and diluting it. And here, smooth it out. Same for here, let's smooth it out on top of the gesso. Okay, same for here, let's see if we can smooth it out. Perfect, same, let's go to Little Birdie. I wonder if this test is giving you some answers because you've been asking, and I've been wondering myself too, you know, which to use, what to suggest to you, and I've been just so faithful to my Little Birdie because that I just had them and I loved it and I didn't feel a need to change or anything. So, you know, and it's okay to check. Oh, it feels different on Collage medium, guys. The brush is like on the ice skating road, so it's faster. It feels faster, yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely, yeah. This maybe felt less gritty, but it's still the same as these 3. So all 3 gessos, I would say they are equally good, and you would be happy equally with them all. And I think it'd be nice to have this Distress Collage medium for your own trials and see price-wise what you can afford. You know, if it's something better than other, or, you know, just have a look, just see. I think the color pigmentation moves the same way. I think it doesn't move the same way. It just doesn't feel the same here on the Pretty Gritty, just to compare. It just does, something is not up, something is just, the surface isn't as, I don't know how to explain. So yes, I think we can call this test finished. I'm so happy I did it at last because we've been all wondering. Let me know your thoughts, my beautiful friends. Which which gesso do you use? Maybe you've got the gesso that you highly recommend, or maybe you've got the medium or gesso or other medium that you totally dislike and you wish to maybe warn us. So please let me know and let me know which gesso you're gonna go for if you don't have one. I would say either of these three will be perfect. Collage medium, fantastic as well. I am drawn to collage medium as well. I think from the actual gluing down the rice papers, I really feel the collage medium did the best job with the rice papers. Slightly worse job felt here. It's more whitish on the Prima, and Little Birdie and Dina, this seems to be the same. So for that reason, maybe if you use a lot of rice papers, a lot of collages, a lot of, this dress seems to be taking the best on it, like, or maybe it's because so smooth. It does not rip, or it does not destroy, or it doesn't affect the paper as such. It was affecting here quite when we were gluing this. Now after drying, it's hard for me to tell. I do see the whiteness in bits. It's a nanomillimeter, so maybe if that makes a difference to you, then maybe Little Birdie or Dina you'd be happy with, followed by Prima. Yes, that's probably what I should say. I'm gonna jump in and say this dress first, even though it's not clear gesso. This dress first, then I'd say clear gesso from Dina and Little Birdie, and followed by Art Basics from Prima Marketing. So that's it, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for watching. A pleasure to be in your homes. I hope this was inspirational, needed, and finally we've got this huge test out of the way and we know what to purchase. Happy crafting, happy collaging, and I'll chat to you very soon. Bye for now.